Now, just doing a checkup on if everything is running. Looking at my second screen. Yes, we are live. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to MMS Formula 1 Season 5 Round 2. We are at the magnificent circuit of Adelaide here for the Australian Grand Prix. Joining me in the commentary box today will be Miran FG. Hello.
Hello, Kai. Yes, we are back with Formula 1 as the F1 circus rolls on to Adelaide for the Australian Grand Prix, and it's great to be here.
Yeah, it's a very interesting circuit. We've ran it for a while now. The most prominent one, I believe, would be Season 2 and Season 3 is when we ran it. I believe Season 1 might have been a place where we went there as well, but I'm not too sure about that. But yeah, it's been on the calendar for quite a while. We ran both the classic and the modern versions of it, and this time out we're back on the classic track on the 1992 version of the circuit. Yeah, weather forecast, mixed weather. It was meant to be overcast, but we saw some raindrops in qualifying, so this is definitely going to spice up today's race. And any comments on the track itself, Miran?
Well, obviously this is the first time the only street circuit on the calendar this season. Obviously Adelaide was not run here last season, so I think it's a obviously Adelaide wasn't run here last season, so it's going to be a first for a lot of drivers on the grid. But yeah, it's going to be it's going to be an interesting environment for the drivers, especially with a street circuit that's very unorthodox compared to the other tracks on the calendar. So I think it's going to be interesting. Sorry for stumbling over my words there.
It's fine. So without further ado, let's get down to the track to, get down to the grid, because that's what's important. So we'll obviously skip over the people that didn't qualify. We're sad that they didn't make it in, but it happens. On pole position, Matthew Falcon, I believe once again this season, the man from Poland in the black and the white and red McLaren on pole, and he's joined by another fierce adversary, that's Harry Herhold in the Benetton. Down the rest we have Murray, stellar qualifying. I was waiting for such a long time to make that pun.
Goodness sake.
Yeah, P4. Yeah, you have to say this is a very good qualifying session for the Scuderia Italia driver. Phenomenal result. Then we have Rakus, Shahin, Salsaler, Hoshi, Van Leer, also good qualifying. Valiak, not the best of sessions, P10, could have been better. Radianta, Daniel Ward's doing pretty good. Then we have Michael Macher, a bit of a disappointing session. Tamer de Jong, once again brutally destroyed by his teammate. Then we have Waldinger, McGuinness, very good qualifying. Same with Henry J. Brown in the Osella. Then we have Teller, Park, Ukupnik, Material, Kozak, Pedersen, Katzenberg, very good qualifying. Reaper, Witt, Wilhelm, FG, Pizzonia, Blackwood, and Aaron Curtis, who's managed to qualify for the race. And rounding out the field is Alex van der Bremt for Coloni. All the other cars failed to qualify. So Miran, I believe, without further ado, we can start the race.
Yes.
So here we go, the cars are revving up, the lights are coming on. And we're green for the Australian Grand Prix, and it's a good start from Herhold, who immediately jumps into first. Stella is into second! Immediately, it didn't take him too long to be on the podium. Shahin gains a position, the McLarens fail to do anything good on the start. There is Ronnie Rakus to the inside of Joseph Murray. What on earth has happened for McLaren in this season? The race starts and race pace is just not there. I don't understand, as that's a brutal accident. I'm really sorry that you had to see that. But it had to be done, as there it is. There is the man. There is Giuseppe Stella in P2.
Yeah, Stella looks absolutely fantastic in that Scuderia Italia. That's a Kupnik.
Oi. What happened here? That's a free wide moment. That's Teller hitting Henry J. Brown, but and that's what caused the accident. It's not Material getting bumped between, I believe that's Pedersen and Alexander Park. That's Ukupnik hitting Teller, who's hit the wall. And Ukupnik just nowhere to go. He's out of the race. But I want to say, what a start from Seppi Stella.
Yeah, he looks insanely comfortable in that Scuderia Sicilia. I think it's just tailored to his driving style. Like you see, just gets a fantastic start of both Murray and Falcon, who both did say didn't really have great starts, and then you can see Harold pulling away. But Stella remaining there in P2 quite well. And then he got the 2 Williams. That's not the best start for them either. Van Leers actually made his way up to P7. There's Teller fending off McGuinness.
As there's Material and Alexander Park side by side, Gupta and Pedersen behind. Then we have Tobias Rupert, Kyle Wilhelm to the inside. Quite a few moves. There is Mateusz Material though out of nowhere in the Ligier, and that's, I believe, a successful overtake on Conan McGuinness. Yes, it is.
Yeah, nice stuff there from the Ligier driver. That brings him up into 18th position. Obviously, no points for P18 yet, but I think he's gonna be able to make his way up the order. Still a long race to go, as there is Henry J. Brown on Benz Waldinger, but Waldinger has a slipstream of Ward up ahead, so there was no move there from Henry J. Brown.
Yeah, but I have to say, quite an interesting start. This is one of the most difficult circuits on the calendar, as there is Falcon trying to get past Stella, but he just can't. It's difficult to overtake you. This track is pretty much the substitute for Monaco, without all the prestige and whatnot, but still a good one, as Giuseppe Stella very close to Harry Herhold now. We might see the man lead again.
Yeah, obviously we saw him lead in Bahrain. You know, he had fantastic pace in the first half of the race, and we could see something similar to how he did it in Bahrain. As you see here, down the long straight, he's going to have the slipstream on the world champion, but Falcon is going to send one on the inside of Stella. Might get Herhold as well here.
Yeah, he tried it. I think he has the pace. Yeah, Falcon, no. Falcon doesn't, and Stella now, who is inside, and Stella goes, touch, there is touch with Harry Herhold, but not a move. Yeah, Falcon's through. Stella now left to defend from Rodney Rakus, and there is Van Leer making a move, but he gets blocked off by Shahin. Shahin trying to make the most for Ferrari here. Van Leer side by side of the McLaren decides to go back into the slipstream as you lose too much time on the straight without it, as there is a brave move from Hendrik Salsaler onto Valiak, and the Lotus car is through.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't seen much of Lotus this season. Obviously, last season they were up there contending for the race win, but now I feel like they've fallen back a bit. Either way, it's nice to see Salsaler in his usual form as there. What a nice little move that is from Sergei Kozak in the arrows. Gets almost 2 cars in one as he's side by side with Alexander Park there for position.
Yeah, that's some really nice fighting. They're still side by side on a track that tight like Adelaide and twisty. It's impressive as Kozak now still trying to come out on top into the next right-hander now. He's still having to be side by side of the AGS of Alexander Park. This is some phenomenal racing.
Yeah, it's really good battling between it, but Kozak on the inside should get this done as they head out of the corners. Look at this. It's 2-file as they head into the hairpin.
What's going on with Michael Maher? There is Henry J. Brown in the points in the Acela. But what is going on with Joel Michael Maher? He's struggling in this race as De Jong just passed him. As we got Murray on to Johannes Van Leer, who's been doing very well in the Onyx so far. As Stella still second and Herhold now building a gap.
Yeah, obviously that's Scuderia Italia. While Stella may look quick in it, it's obviously not the quickest car on the grid. So Herhold, obviously with the car advantage, is able to pull away. So there's the 2 Lotus teammates swapping positions. There's Alviantor ahead of Henrik Stahl-Staller. So Alviantor's going to try to put up the charge to the cars up ahead.
Also, a fun fact to all the statistics nerds and whatnot, and a general one. Arkady Kupnik is the first retirement of the season.
Well, he gets the that very prestigious award. As we can see, everyone heading down the back straight here. You can see how close Falcon is to the back of Stella. He desperately wants to get past the Italian there.
Riding, and Stella got very close to the rear of Herhold as well. He's waiting. He's playing the waiting game on a world champion. This man, this Italian youngster is pressurizing a world champion for the lead of the race in a car that's square on the nose.
Yeah, I mean, I do not see why this guy isn't in a top team seat already, but you know, Really fantastic stuff from Giuseppe Stella.
What do you mean? He is in a top team. He's in a team in the top 2. So
True.
Clearly, there's nothing wrong as a Miran FG that drops to last. Miran seems to be struggling a lot in these non-turbo, naturally aspirated engines.
Yeah, his teammate Daniel Ward doing quite well though. He's fallen down to P17, so both March cars aren't faring too well at the moment. But Ward still qualified quite well considering the machinery. As there is Drakus and Shahin side by side. Shahin on the outside as they head to the brewery corner. Now down the Brabham straight. It is going to be Hallen who gets him. As there's Valiak on Koichi Hoshi as well.
Wait, look at Stella. Stella to the outside of her hold. That's an interesting line as Falcon goes to his inside. Stella gets the better run here as the side by side as one of the... That's Murray who half spun there. What happened to Joseph Murray? That cost the pack. That's Radianta now. Up a few positions.
I think he collided with Johannes van Leer.
Oh no. What happened here? So no, look at that. That's Hoshi making a move. And that's also one of the Williams cars. That's Valiak who half spins him. And there is contact with Van Leer.
Yeah, it was a very tight gap, honestly. You know, Valiak got completely boxed in there.
Yeah, no damage to anyone. I suppose this is more of a racing incident more than anything.
Yeah. But that has benefited, obviously, Radiantor. That's now up into 8th place. But the battle for the lead is carrying on here. Stella, obviously, as we did say, doing a fantastic job there in P2. Putting the pressure on the world champion, Harry Harold, in the Benetton.
Yeah, and he's doing it very well. I'm just checking on the back marker midfield side of things. Not much changing there either. As Van Leer, for God's sakes, what is Murray doing?
Did not really. Oh, okay, yeah. It was. I thought it was just a commentary line, but
no.
Yeah, that was the team radio.
Yeah, that was the team radio from Johannes Van Leer. I mean, I guess he was blindside. I didn't know what happened. But that's not true because he was right in front of the car. He probably see it punted. As there is Matthew Falcon to the inside. Stella tries to follow him through, but he's just not quite there yet. As Matthew Falcon retakes the lead of the race. No, Harry Harold tries to fight him. Still side by side. We can see Shahid in the record also trying to make a move. Harold still side by side with Matthew Falcon. The Polish and the South African now battling for the lead here, as it is a move from Falcon. Rakus tries to get Stella. I think he's got Stella. It's a very fierce battle from the whole top 10, really. There is Van Leer now side by side of Murray. Rakus side by side, and Harold is going to try and dive into turn 1. That's not going to work. A lot of maneuvers side by side for turns 1 and 2, as Hoshi and Valek now side by side, and look at Koichi Hoshi. It's a triple overtake. It ends in contact with Rakus. Luckily no spinning or anything there, as Murray side by side of Van Leer still since sector 3. These two have a battle, but Murray clears the Onyx as Michael Maher makes a move on Hendrik Salsal. Yes, he does.
Yeah, really fantastic battling between the two leaders, but obviously them battling is gonna back them up into the other guys. Either way, Falcon coming up victorious in that battle, but Harold is not gonna let that slide. You can see he's got the slipstream as they head down the Brabham straight into the Kettle Hairpin on the inside line. Should get this done.
Vision, look at that. Shahin Hoshi, Stella, Rakus gets Stella. Shahin doesn't really get Hoshi though. Hoshi defends. Stella also tries to retaliate on Rakus. This is some fantastic racing we're being given here at Adelaide. As Stella now is going to send it. He's a double overtake.
Wow.
Uses the grass. And Stella, I believe, is through.
Yeah, almost. He's just about wheel to wheel with Matthew Falcon. Doesn't pull this off. It'll be amazing with the Italian on the outside. He has a tiny bit of contact, but Giuseppe is hanging on as they head through into Wakefield corner.
And look at Hoshi!
He's ahead! Oh my goodness. What a move from Stella Steven as well. And now that is BMX Scuderia Italia. P2 and P3.
Yeah, and look at the way that they're fighting. Oh, contact between teammates. That's the #1 rule of racing broken. You never want to hit your teammate. As there is Van Leer in front of the McLarens and all this pack of cars. Kyle Wilhelm and Henry J. Brown in the Acela in this pack.
Yeah, it's great to see them up there. Obviously, Henry J. Brown in the point. Honorable mention to Ben Valdinger as well in P13. As Stella now in second place. You can see he's trying to pressurize Harry Harold, but that's not a man. You try to put the pressure on Falcon on the inside line of Koichi Hoshi. Gets it down to the Kettle hairpin.
Easy overtaking spot. But look at this. The whole pack here is bunching up as it's raining.
Oh, and that could throw things wide open. There's Pisoni and Kozak. But yeah, now it is going to be the people who excel in the rain who are going to come out on top here, I do think.
As there is Van Leer and Shahin side by side. And, well, Van Leer nowhere to go. Radiante to his inside. Radiante aggressive there, but a smart move. And I believe he might do it, but Van Leer now to the inside. Side by side. Michael Maher in the background. Also trying to make a move. A bit of contact. Michael Maher gets hit on the rear, causing him to lose traction. But look at this pack of cars. This is basically that's to Reaper. That's the top 18 in a condensed pack. At least now it's broken, as Van Leer and Radiante's fight has separated this pack from the top 7. But the top 7 is in a fierce fight, as that's Michael Valek and Rodney Rakus battling Shahin in the background. Falcon is chasing down Stella as Herhold has a bit of a gap. It's kicking off here as the rain is seriously coming down now. Falcon to the inside. He might go for Herhold as well. Stella has no way to answer that as Rakus gets Valek. Oh no, contact between the two teammates. Oh no, Shahin spins as well. That's Rakus out of the race. Van Leer with damage. I think that's the Ferrari of the Young has half spun. Yes, the Ferrari is out. It's all kicked off here.
Wow, that all escalated so incredibly quickly. Just turned into a domino effect as it was Valek who spun Rakus around.
So basically, Raku is a bit too aggressive. The grass is wet, the curb is wet. He plants the power on it, and what do you expect in rain?
Yeah.
Oh,
and now I think we're gonna have more accidents like this now that the rain begins pouring down.
Raku's eye. Oh man, such an unlucky thing. It's no penalties to anyone here, as Van Leer understeers straight into that car.
Yeah,
he went for a move in a yellow flag sector as well. De Jong so lucky. Look at that. Goes on the curb, and thanks to one of the Tyrrells of I think that's the Tyrrell of Teller, he gets put back into the proper direction. But yeah, that Onyx is. He's coming into the pits, as plenty of cars now affected by the rain as it's still coming down. Michael Maher held up by Van Leer now, but that's Van Leer's race pretty much done, I believe. As
big on the shame for, yeah, it's a big shame for Johannes Van Leer. He was running insanely well in his Onyx. To have it ruined like that, it's a shame though. But now this is going to promote quite a few people.
Oi, so other spun.
As I was just talking about going up positions, there is Valdinger is going to try to seize the opportunity here on the inside line of the Lotus and gets it done, and that is Valdinger.
Oh, the rain is only getting heavier. Look at this, 17% rain. It's heavier and heavier here. Oh dear.
Yeah, now it is going to be a true test of wet weather skill here. And the drivers are going to have to try to adapt to the conditions as best as they can. Either way, the racing is still going to continue. It won't be hampered by the weather, as Falcon's going to try it on the inside line of Harry. Herhold takes back the lead.
He spins. Oh, that's not good. And now Hoshi might get a move on his teammate. But I think we can see that making a move into the hairpin is now a bit too risky. You get that, you hit the curb, you plant the power a bit too much to rotate the car, and this leads to contact with the car that you're trying to overtake. So this is a new challenge the drivers need to find a way to overcome.
Yeah, seems to be raining quite heavily at the hairpin, but we're gonna see if, yeah, the drivers are just gonna have to hope that. I mean, you gotta have good car control to keep it in peace there, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the pack. There is Pizzoni side by side of Daniel Ward. Daniel Ward dropping like a stone in this race. Same with Miran FG overall. The Marston just struggling. They do qualify for races now at least, which might not be the case soon. Who knows? These DNQs really are, spicing everything up as on the team radio, Van Leck cries out, no, 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 after his crash. Saller is hopeful of a top 10 finish, as Michael Maher is told to push. Falcon goes to the inside now. Stella thought about it, and there is a Williams, and that's a half spin from Falcon again. Valiak though, look at Valiak, he gets good traction here, side by side with Seppi Stella, and the Scuderia Italia driver tries to defend, but the Williams is a better car, and yeah, there we go, the Williams is through.
Yeah, great stuff from Michael Valiak there, as there is Stella is going to try to retaliate towards the Croatian, as the two are going to be side by side just about... No.
Yeah, no, he's side by side of his teammate now, Koichi Hoshi, and Hoshi has to back out. Oh, the back end nearly stepped out there, that's not ideal. Let's look at the spray, oh dearie me.
Yeah, it's a lot of spray heading through these first few corners. Sector 2 looks a bit more right though, as you have Herholt still chasing down Matthew Falcon. This has been an amazing battle for the lead.
Yeah, overall, this circuit, surprisingly, despite being a street circuit, has provided us with some amazing situations. That's Van Leer on the radio saying the car is broken. That, you know, he is not hopeful. I believe he may want to retire the car. But then again, the race isn't over. It's not over till it's over, as Michael Valiak, out of nowhere, is going to send it, as Herhold is going to make it free wide contact. Oh no, oh don't tell, oh it's not going to end well. This is not going to end well. Herhold's off, Valiak's off, a lot of contact, no damage to anyone somehow. But Stella might get himself with the P3 here as Herhold gets demoted. A lot of contact here, Valiak into the lead of the race, but it is Stella battling Herhold for what is P3, but Stella gives away. Oh, that's weird. But no, Stella actually dives again, a lot of contact still, and Stella gets spun around.
Oh no! And that is Stella facing the wrong way around, I think. Yeah, and it's going to be a pile up here, but yeah, that is a massive shame for Giuseppe Stella. I didn't quite catch what happened, and it all happened so quickly, but that's him down the order quite massively.
Oh wait, sorry, wrong camera. Yeah, he just kind of pushed it too hard. He just spun on the curb, wet curb, and then him and Michael might have locked the cars together. They couldn't move.
That's a really, really big shame for Giuseppe Stella.
Yeah, luckily no one is damaged in this accident, but oh man, poor Seppi. It could have been such a good result, as there's Tamer de Jong with a very wild move. You'd love to see it, really.
Yeah, but now all of this commotion at the front has brought Michael Valiak into the race lead.
Yeah, that is very good for the Williams team that are now left with just one car. Falcon, though, at the rear of him, and there is also Harry Herhold, who is fierce in his own ways.
Yeah, it's two world champions versus the unforgiving Croatian Michael Valiak. I think this is going to be a great battle where we're going to be treated to throughout this race.
And would you look at that Falcon to the inside of Harry Herhold, and it looks like a very easy and nice move. No, it isn't. As Valiak and Herhold receive a warning for the collision at the hairpin, as Hoshi nudges Herhold a bit. Radianta might sense an opportunity here. Michael Teller out of nowhere is in a very good spot now, as there is a good Guttorm Pedersen. Overall, the midfield teams benefiting from the mishap of Stella here.
Yeah, there's been a lot of commotion as well. Drivers seem to struggle to adapt to the rain, which is coming down quite hard. So
yeah, and it's not it eased off a bit, but it's still very wet. So at least it's giving us a very interesting race here, as you can see nobody else with damage. No car has spun out of the race. There is this damaged car. There's still the nose is damaged on the Onyx. That's slightly bent. I think you can see that. So Van Leer is out of luck, as there we go. That's Valiak losing the lead of the race. He already lost it, sorry, but he's losing another position. He tried to make a move on Falcon, but got hit with the wet tarmac there. And Herhold sensed an opportunity side by side now. pretty much top speed power between Valiak and Herhold, but Valiak looks like the faster car on the straight, and the Williams might be through here with ease. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I don't know why Michael thought about trying to move on Falcon for the lead. Looked at me as he was just too far away to try it there. It's Reaper and Pedersen side by side. As they head through the Kettle hairpin, Pisonia, Pedersen's teammate's gonna try again. Rolling this, he's gotten boxed in by Reaper though. As Reaper, bit of a slide there. That's gonna allow the Norwegian to slip past. And now Pisonia is gonna try something here, I'm sure. And behind there is Sergei Kozak, as we witnessed from the onboard of him. Pisonia trying to squeeze his way past on Tobias Reaper, but he just kind of runs out of room there as they head through the final corner. And
Kozak's still going for it. Look at this. Oi! He rides the curb a bit too aggressively, and nearly spins out. But back to the front, Falcon has pushed away.
Yeah, look at this. Matthew Falcon, he is really in just his own zone at the moment, and yeah, pulling away. But Valiak is, I think he's gaining.
He is. No, he's not. He's losing time. It was 2.2, and the gap is only getting bigger now. So I guess this is the moment of the race where strategy starts to matter. As there is Shoel Michael Maher to the inside of Michael Teller. Should be an easy move on the Tyrrell car, and it is not. He half spins, damages the car.
Yeah,
the drivers are struggling to overtake here. As that's Max Pisonia spinning.
Oh.
Oy, oy, oy.
Oh yeah, Ward got really lucky there that Pisonia didn't hit him either way. It's almost gonna be side by side with the Brazilian, but Ward is gonna remain ahead.
Yeah, that was some dangerous stuff from Pisonia. He just smashed it on the throttle, and what do you know, this caused an accident. But the cars are coming into the pits. There is the first car to come. It is Wilhelm into the pit lane as De Jong and Teller battling. De Jong gained a lot of positions due to the conundrum that we've seen, with Van Naren and Stella and everything. So, quiet climb from P14.
Yeah, he's been doing well silently going up the order. It could be, what's the word, a dark horse in this race. You can see Valix, he has actually caught up to Matthew Falcon, so I was right about that. And he's actually going to try the move on the race leader.
And this should be an easy one. Yeah, it is one. He's got in, and he backed up Falcon into Herhold. So that's good news as well. What's going on here?
Yeah, Wilhelm with the...
Wilhelm, very aggressive, and Salsaller nearly spins Waldinger out. Very aggressive driving from everyone today.
Yeah, as here is Mateusz Material. He's going to try it on Jafari Blackwood. It's the experienced Polish driver versus the rookie from Jamaica as he goes on the inside line. Gets it done. He made that look easy.
Vit now right in the curb, but yeah, nice move from Material. And look at Valiak.
Yeah, he's really been able to pull away. There's Radianto on the inside of Harry Herhold.
Yeah, the Lotus car Radianto really performing really well now, climbing positions quietly. Salsaller as well, not doing too bad, as Waldinger is coming in next lap, where Wilhelm's still in the pits. We're going to check on him and how he's doing. He's leaving the pit lane now, pit limiter off, and he rejoins in front of Johannes Van Der, so I don't think Van Der is enjoying himself at the moment. Yeah, now low on field, but only Waldinger now coming in this lap.
Yeah, the question is, I think when will top guys come into the pit lane? I would say that the pit stop phase might begin now, or maybe a lap or two. I'd say.
Yeah, I say lap 19.
That's a fair shout, as there's Waldinger side by side with Salsaller.
Waldinger nearly half spins, as Henry J. Brown now saving, I think, fuel and tyres as he dropped off a bit. Michael Maher low on fuel, Radianto low on fuel. So that's an interesting situation here. As here we go, Falcon and Valiak, another round between the two. As Kyle Wilhelm has the fastest lap. I just noticed.
Yeah, the Zach Speed's actually doing really well. Great to see the guys there in the back with good pace. Obviously the front guys, I don't think they've been able to go for clean laps for the time being. They've just been busy battling each other.
As Valak is coming in this lap. Michael Valak is coming in this lap. So Williams have started their pit window. Falcon isn't pitting. Radianta's low on fuel. Herhold is not even thinking about it. Same with Hoshi. Michael Maher low on fuel. So the strategy games have started now. As there we go.
As there is Falcon on the inside line of Michael Valak through to the Kettleville hairpin, late on the brakes.
Oy,
and he gets
oh
no!
That's a bit aggressive onto Radianta, bumps him, and that allows Koichi Hoshi from Japan. The man from Japan gets himself into third as Radianta's pitting. No, he's not. Okay, never mind. Radianta actually manages to pull it off. So good stuff from the Italian as there is Michael Maher to the inside of Herhold. Herhold losing ground here. Piece by piece, really.
Yeah, I think the pace has just kind of dropped for him in the wet, it looks like, as Michael Maher is now putting the pressure on him. There's Valek in Pedersen as well, as he goes off the jacks and is 15.2.
And that's Blackwood in as well, but he's going to rejoin in the pack of midfield cars. That's not going to look good for Michael Valek there. He is. He's clear in front of Park, though, luckily. He slows down a bit, not to cause a conundrum. McGuinness behind. Okay, it's all fine. There is Pedersen. And there is Valdinga in front of Blackwood, but behind Pedersen. So Zach Speed's strategy not working out at all.
No, doesn't seem like they got the strategy right either way. Here's Radianter on Matthew Falcon. He's got insane pace at the moment, Giuseppe Radianter. He's going to try it on the inside of the world champion. It gets the back end out a bit. Falcon gives him a tap on the rear, but it is going to be Radianter who gets out of Matthew Falcon and currently into the provisional race lead.
Yeah, Falcon didn't really manage to hold him on behind him as Falcon now into the pits. Same with Harry Herhold and Joel Michael Maher. So this definitely spices everything up, and they're going to go with Harry Herhold into the pits. As there is Falcon's pit box. There should be Herhold stop there. There it is. So we're going to stay with Harry. We're going to see which out of these guys is going to get the better pit stop. He's getting dropped from the jacks now. It's just fuel getting into these cars now. So that's Falcon already out, and he holds up Herhold. Same with Michael Maher, but Michael Maher is going to be closer to these guys now than he was before. As there is traffic, and there is Michael Valak. He's going to dive to the inside. There is McGuinness as well out of nowhere. He's going to gain a position onto Herhold side by side. No, he doesn't gain it. But that's now Aaron Curtis to the inside of nearly Harry Herhold as well. As Salah leaves in front of Henry J. Brown, but Henry J. Brown in front of Pedersen and the two Zach Speed, so he gained as Blackwood is the only car near Johannes van der. The Dutchman's race really just in the mud.
Yeah, it's a really big shame for Johannes van der, but when is Radianter and Hosh coming? I think Hosh is coming in this lap.
They're coming in now. Radianter and Hosh coming in now. De Jong in as well. Teller once again. The Tyrrell car with very good fuel economy. So great stuff. There's Stella and Teller. Oh, that's a rhyme. They're coming in this lap. There is Hoshi, and there is a footwork going a bit wide as the rain has stopped.
Yeah, look at that.
As Radianta is out already. There is Hoshi, and Murray is still stuck in the pits. Murray's behind De Jong, as that's one of the Ligiers pulling into the pits now, and there is Alexander Park doing the very long run.
Yeah, is that really going to work? But yeah, Tyrrell once again, just like last season.
Ooh, De Jong has jumped Herhold. Herhold's in the mud.
I can't believe it. Herhold's going to try to his teammate on the inside line. De Jong doesn't put up too much pressure to his teammate as looking through the field here.
There is Material leaving the pit lane now, but what on earth happened with Benetton?
Herhold's fallen down massively. His pace for the stops just completely disappeared.
As now Stella and Tella are gonna come in. Reaper is doing one more lap, same with Ward and Park. What are these guys running on? Same with Curtis and McGuinness.
Could that really work? Obviously, we saw the Tyrrell team loved doing the overcut for their drivers last season. It's what drove Giuseppe Stella
and Daniel Ward.
Yeah, two podiums respectively during that season.
FG has made an overtake on Michael Maher. Something is wrong with Michael Maher's car. There is damage on it on the side, but you can see, so I think that's what's slowing him down. But Sasala is also not gaining time. Henry J. Brown is, though. That's such a... what is even going on anymore?
There is Van Leer on Jafari Blackwood on the inside line. Gets it done.
Ward is still going. Hoshi and Stella now battling. There is Falcon behind them. Radiantor is the net race lead. Sorry, no, Michael Teller is the race leader.
What?
Yeah, look, he rejoins in for the Radiantor. Michael Teller, thanks to Tyrrell's impeccable strategy, is leading this race. The overcut is the way to go around Adelaide. And mind you, the track dried up as they were coming in, so they had faster lap times.
I don't know who the strategist for Tyrrell is, but he should work at Ferrari. That's a great strategy from Michael Teller, and now, yeah, you see, he's the de facto race leader.
Yeah, and another thing to mention, Tamed Young was told to let Harry by, which, I mean, I understand. But Reaper is now in, and Reaper is just gonna have 6 laps of fuel put into the car, maybe 7. You know, tires change, he's gonna be sent out on the circuit, and he might be the next race leader.
Could be, he's gonna have to hope for a quick stop here.
Oh, it's not quick. Oh, never mind.
No, it's not quick.
Actually, 15.4, that's pretty much on par with the race leaders, as there they are. There is his teammate, and Tobias Reaper is going to join the top pack here.
Yeah, he could be in contention for good points today. He's just going to come out ahead.
Of De Jong, no, he lets De Jong through. That's understandable. There is Aaron Curtis coming in this lap. He will not really benefit from his strategy. But Daniel Ward, once again, with the strategy, and I think...
He could be in the race win here.
Yeah, it could be a race win. But look at this. It's Scuderia Italia keeping points away from the top guys like Williams, McLaren and Benetton.
Stella's done a fantastic recovery. He's back up in 4th there. But Daniel Ward, all eyes are going to be on him as he comes into the pit box. And he is coming in.
Okay, so Michael Maher is having a critical problem with the car. It's been confirmed. He's been told to lift off before a lot of the braking zones for a lot of corners. So, yeah, not looking good. But there is Ward into the pit lane. I don't think he's going to benefit a lot because the race leaders are coming through the hairpin right now. But it's still going to be an amazing run from the man who was falling down the order like a stone. And I just have to applaud the teams, especially Michael Teller. Miran FG in as well. Oh, that's a bad stop for Ward as well. But Ward should be in the points. So there's some...
Yeah, it should be a boost to him. Should be a boost to his position from where he was as Carl Stalberg goes ahead. But yeah, that Ward exiting out in P13, but not bad.
Yeah, as we might have a dry end to this race. And Michael Teller is forming a gap. He's forming a gap.
He might actually be on for, I believe, what will be Tyrrell's first race win in MMS.
So Johannes van der on the radio, constantly complaining about the car. He doesn't understand why the team kept him out on the circuit. But they are still telling him to bring the car home. But Radianto on the straight now. On the Brabham straight into the hairpin. Not a move just yet, but you can sense it. You can sense it in the air. As Murray is now going to overtake Teller's teammate, but he's on the wet side of the circuit. It's drying up, but still not perfect. A bit of half spin there, but he gets Reaper nice and clean. Brown is getting an overtake done onto Daniel Ward now. Yes, he does. Nice job.
Yeah, really good race from Henry J. Brown as well. It's just been silently climbing up the order. And, you know, he's going to score good points for his team. As look at the run that Van Leer's got on McGuinness on the inside line of the Scotsman. And
nice job.
Ahead.
Yeah, I mean, despite complaining about, you know, not wanting to bring the car home, he's doing well to bring the car home. As there is Hoshi onto Stella, the battle begins.
Yeah, Stella is going to cover off his Japanese teammate, though. That's going to allow Stella to remain ahead. But you can see it's been a bit of a gap now to Radiantor in P2, who is chasing down Michael Teller. Teller doing an amazing job keeping cool and keeping calm behind the Lotus of Giuseppe Radiantor. Both of these two are chasing down their first wins in MMS.
Radianta now calmly in the slipstream. You can tell he's just thinking about it. And there he is. There he decides he's going to make the move to the inside. He goes on to Teller. Easy move as he half spins a bit, but that's for good measure. Valiak gets Matthew Falcon as now Hoshi once again onto Stella. The two Scuderia Italia drivers battling for position like they're not teammates. They've collided once in this race already, so it might not be the best idea. As into the hairpin, it's an opportunity from Valiak. It's also a move from Harry Herhold as teammate De Jong joins this fight. As Herhold did the wrong, but not able to fully do the move. Hits the curb and settles the car. As that is still Hoshi going to the inside. It's nearly a double overtake. Nearly goes into Michael Teller, but he's got his teammate and he is pushing for the Tyrrell now.
Yeah, Teller could be down another position here. Hoshi, don't think people were expecting him to fight for the podium positions here today, but either way, he's still doing fantastically. Stella, though, won't be too happy about that. I don't think he's going to want that position back from his teammate. But Radianto pulling away by a tiny bit on the straight here. You can see he's got the better straight line speed than the Tyrrell of Michael.
Oh, never
Teller,
mind. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the gains. Look at the pace. Michael Teller to the inside with Koichi Hoshi. As it's a triple attempts of moves here. As we also saw Michael Valiak trying to make a move in the red 5 Williams car, but Hoshi doesn't succeed. Teller did succeed. Falcon now and Valiak battling for position. I think Falcon might get it. I think he should. They nearly banged wheels of Valiak, but here we go. 5 minutes to go. We're about to enter the final lap. There is Herhold. He makes the move on Valiak, and he's about to attack Falcon as well. Here we go. Final lap of the race, Miran.
Yes, now Teller is gonna have to defend for his life. This is probably gonna be the most tense lap of his racing career so far. It's gonna be Teller versus Radianto, and potentially the Scuderia Italia of Koichi Hoshi. All these three chasing down their first victory in MMS. You can see them as they head through. They're gonna head into the Jones Straight just about now as they head through Hot Street. You can see how close Radianto is to the back of Michael Teller now then as they head down the Jones Street, or Jones Straight should I say. Teller defending into Brewery Corner now down the Bramham Straight. This is the crucial straight where Radianto is going to be able to try to get that happen. He's got the slipstream. He has the run on Michael Teller.
But look, Koichi Hoshi!
Hoshi goes for it. He's going to try to the inside.
It's a double overtake from him. It's 3 wide behind.
He's going to do it. He gets it. Koichi Hoshi leads on the final lap of the race. You thought Michael Teller would take it. You thought Radianto would take it. But Koichi Hoshi with a daring move from P3 to P1. And he's going to come through the final corners. Through Foster Corner comes Koichi Hoshi. Only has a corner to go as he will win the Australian Grand Prix. Koichi Hoshi, you are a race winner. What an end to the race.
First ever, I believe, Asian winner as well. Koichi Hoshi has done it for Scuderia Italia on the final lap. How do you do that? Teller is second, Radianta third. None of the top teams on the podium. Absolute pandemonium here as all the other cars now finishing the race. Van Leer finishes in that would be P23. But what a race, what a show from Koichi Hoshi. There is your race winner, fastest lap to the Bias Reaper. But look at this move. Let's take a look at what even happened on the final lap, because on the final corners of this lap it was absolute mad what Koichi Hoshi did. Look at this. He goes for it and he just has enough pace. He slides in front of Teller and behind his teammate. Gets involved in a 3 wide moment with Koichi Hoshi. Once again, final lap overtake for the race winner.
Absolutely ethereal overtake from Koichi Hoshi. Calculated that perfectly and just slipped past Michael Teller. It was a wonderful move for the race lead. Got Radianto, got Teller, pushed on the final corners to win, and just beautiful stuff from the man from Japan all around to take the race win for Scuderia Italia. Would you have, at the beginning of the race, Kai?
Yes.
Would you have thought that the podium would be Hoshi, Teller, and Radianto?
No. Absolutely not. The strategy, the way he made the move, just everything aligned. Okay, nothing. You couldn't have predicted this result. You just couldn't have, because the top three was constantly Herhold, Valiak, and Falcon. After the incident with Shahir and Rakus. So I thought, okay, this is how it's gonna end. It's gonna be between these three. But then the strategy those teams made failed. The undercut just didn't work for them. The fuel mileage didn't help them, and that allowed Scuderia Italia to do it. Same with Lotus, and same with Tyrrell.
Yeah, I mean, this was a really big strategy race as well. I mean, we saw a lot of overtakes and everything, but the strategy really was imperative to take the race victory here. And Hoshi, fantastic stuff from him, and Michael Teller as well. What a strategy that was from Tyrrell to secure P2 in this race. And Radiantor made his way up the order as well. Third it is for the Italian.
Yeah, fantastic race. Oh my days. And listen, no penalties. Again.
Yeah, it's a clean race.
Yeah, another clean race only proves that F1 is the pinnacle here in the open wheel series. So I'm impressed. I'm really happy, and wow, I can't wait for the next race.
Neither can I. I really do want more of this exciting action, but yeah, it's just going to be until next time, unfortunately.
Yeah, and the next race, if you're wondering, is the San Marino Grand Prix at Imola. Classic layout with the bumpy chicane and the flat-out Tamburello, so be sure to check that one out. We also plan to finally run the F2 race at Adelaide, so that's the next race on our calendar, and then probably IndyCar, Formula E, and then, we'll figure out what's next. Be sure to check those races out. Be sure to check out the GT series as well. It's pretty good if you're into endurance stuff. So, thank you so much for watching, guys. Be sure to check out the next video, and that's been it for me.
I've been MG.
And I've been Kai, and be sure to be safe on roads, and wear your seatbelt, and then we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.